What up, though, ladies and gentlemen? Probably aliens. That's where we're at with it. That's where we're at with it right now. Kim Joyce. It's another beautiful hump day. Boom, doom, 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 big booty hoes. Up with it. This is another podcast, man. I'm excited to be here another day. Another day, another dollar, man. Another thought. Another moment I get to just share with y'all on, there's a lot of stuff I do on this channel. It's mainly music, and we're expanding into a lot of cool things, but I definitely want to make sure I'm trying my damnness to be here with you all every Wednesday so that we can lock in on some matters that hold some weight. And today, one of probably the most important, that's going to be what I say about every episode and every podcast, because it's all valuable information. But today's podcast is the power of the tongue. Okay. And I say this as a songwriter. I say this as, going through institutionalized education, for a while. I say this as a daughter of a pastor. I say this as somebody who likes to indulge in a lot of, I would say, high value, high quality books, podcasts, conversations. Um, it's a lot of power in words, man. That's probably one of the most powerful things that we can control. It's a lot of shit we can't control right now, but you definitely can control the power of your tongue. And that's what we're talking about today, man. So we're going to, and I got like a very, very exciting podcast because I'm touching on like some wisdom from some A1 people. I don't know if you heard of Marcus Aurelius, philosopher, the Bible. I've been heavy on my James Clear, FYI. So if you guys haven't read the book Atomic Habits, I highly suggest you go and read the book Atomic Habits. I still am going to, I don't have it in here right now, but I'm going to put the link to that book in the description below on this podcast and as well when I gump this down into a little bit shorter video. So you're going to have that there. Highly suggest all my people, man, read that. And I'm going to put you on to a lot of other books. Just trying to get all this information we can as possible. Um, let's see here. What up, though? Got somebody in the building. But yeah, so today I see somebody just popped in here. Today we're going off the power of words. And I'm gonna do it from a couple different perspectives. One, in how you control the words. You're talking about yourself, how you think, and as well as what you ingest and digest and surround yourself by, and how you think and talk about others as well. So, like I said, I think that this is gonna be pretty helpful for absolutely everybody. And I'm gonna snippet a song. I was kind of doing some research for this podcast, and it made me think of a song I did, and I don't even know if I released the song, but I'm gonna let y'all hear some of that. Hopefully y'all can vibe on that. If you like the song, if you want to hear the song, if you want me to come out with the song, it honestly still probably need another mix, and I need to holler at my producer on that one. Shout out B Banger, amazing, phenomenal producer. But if you want that full song, all you got to do is comment, chit chat below. But we'll get to that in a motherfucking minute. So we're gonna start off. Let me see here where I want to start off with. I think I'm gonna start off right here in a story time. I had a wonderful lady who was a cafeteria person. I don't know what you call them beside the cafeteria lady. When I was in school, I was in high school at that, and I was very good in basketball, and everybody knew I was very good in basketball. But I still found my ways having just some difficulties becoming acclimated in the culture 100%. So even though I was doing pretty decent, like I still had some things that I was battling with. But I always had a good spirit about me, so I always used to kick it with, the lunch ladies. But you gotta kick it with the lunch ladies, man. You know what I'm saying? If they got the extra food, especially on the good days, you want to make sure that you hollering at them, coming around. Let me get an extra. I used to fuck that pizza up, that school pizza back in the day. I used to fuck that up. But I had, hold on, side note, horrible lunch, man. My lunches used to be for a while, man. I used to get a bag of Doritos, a Twix, and a pink Snapple lemonade. And that was my lunch for a very long time. But shout out to lunch lady for being there to get me off that junk food. Anywho, I remember one day to this day, and I thought about her conversation every single basketball game I played. I thought about this lady's conversation, on my down times. I still think about it today. This lady, as I was coming through the line, I don't know what prompt the conversation. I don't even know what the conversation was, but decades later, I remember her saying, "Yeah, you know what? You're a superstar. You're gonna be a superstar." And I thought that I heard her voice. I could still hear her voice say it. I heard her say it again before every basketball game, before shows, when I got down on myself, when I'm like, I'm not sure if I can pull this off, like whether it's outside forces or forces making me feel that way, like a progress making me feel that way, my own negative thinking, you know what I'm saying, like making me feel that way. I remember her voice ringing in my head. And that's where I want to go from today, man. Words are so powerful. They can build you up or they can tear you down. There's life and creation, and it's a fork in a road. You ain't going to really, you either got to choose a direction, is where I'm going with it. You can either be positive with it or you can be negative with it. Even if you're silent with it, that can equate as, you know, being positive, possibly even negative as well. But you have a choice and you have power over that creation. So I want to start with a book that I read. I should have brought it in here. Shout out my dad. It was a book from Marcus Aurelius called Meditations. And I'm a sucker for philosophy. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like back then they didn't have any distractions like we got now. It was more about life and death and having time to think, and based on, tradition and just a lot of other things. Like, I feel like they have a lot of wisdom and a lot of value to provide. And I see my dad read the book Meditations. I feel like I stole his book. He had to have two, because I just went to his house and I just seen a whole nother book, and I kept it to myself. Like, I thought the book I had was yours, but maybe he had two. He's getting up there in age. Shout out my mom. She just turned 76 yesterday. Happy belated birthday, mom. This episode is for you. I should have did that shit in the beginning. Shouldn't I? Ma, this episode is for you. Um, but yeah, uh, I seen my dad reading a book a long time ago, so it made me want to read the book. And it's just a lot of good, valuable information. And I feel like he talks from a different perspective, though. Like, his is mainly on you talking the words that you're saying, especially if it's gossip or it's negative, that's taken away from your own self growth, self help, self focus. Like, there's so much time in a day. Like, I always say this, like, I ain't really got time to be doing anything negative in life, because it is so much shit. Have I drank my damn enough water today? You know, have I flossed? I've been flossing my ass off lately, but shit, have I flossed twice? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is there for me to do? And it's like, you taking the time to speak negatively about somebody else or engaging in conversation, that's just dead weight, because time is the most limited resource, scarce resource that we have. And you're using that time to tear down somebody, even if they're not there. And I really, um, damn, was it him that said that? Yeah, like, I think it's Marcus Aurelius that was on the like everything is connected. We are all one. And I think like the damn, what is it? Law of attraction. It kind of teaches on that as well. But he's saying how we're all connected. We're all so you taking time to speak negatively about somebody else, that's actually going to end up harming you. Kind of what you're doing to others, you're doing to yourself. Also, aka Celie from The Color Purple. Whatever you done already been done to you. I messed that up. And I just tweeted that I need to watch that again. I definitely need to watch that. What is that line? Whatever you done already been done to you. Y'all know the scene I'm talking about toward the end when she did this. The same thing. So engage in a negative conversation and gossip is 100% non-productive for you. It's always going to come back around. You never know who you're talking to, who's going to be your boss, who's going to be somebody, a colleague, somebody who's going to be a competitor who's using your negative words that they heard about you as fuel. You know, you just got to be careful about what you say. And if you have a choice, why not speak life into somebody else? Um, in a nutshell, he's saying that he sees gossip as a distraction from the pursuit of virtue and self improvement. So you can always be improving yourself. But the second, and here's another little thing, man. Here's a nugget. Every time I focus on something other than what I should be focusing on at the time, and this is driving, I definitely do it almost all the time in driving. You focus on somebody being a dickhead driver, and you trying to speed up a little bit to look at them just to be like, do you know what you just did? You don't say it. It's that quick look like, what? I don't even really do that anymore, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure I've still done some stupid shit though lately. Not as dangerous as what I used to. Man, I remember I even fucking followed a car one time. Anger issues that I have worked on. Okay. But whether it's, man, it could be checking your phone, it can be, worried about the driver behind you, it could be about the car that cuts you off. Allowing those thoughts and not focusing on what you're supposed to be focusing on, you will miss your turn, you will miss your exit, it's just something stupid that will happen. And it's just a reminder to that if you engage in anything, any thinking, any type of thinking or words or thoughts that you shouldn't be, that's not even worth it. Like, it's going to affect you some way. That's the way. Again, we're all connected. So you speaking negatively on somebody else, that's going to take way more of your energy. I think they say that it takes more energy and more muscles to frown than to smile. So it's like when you think of something negative or allow that to take you, and it's gonna really take from you, you know like, and being nice, being kind, being sweet, like that is just a that's a feather, as compared to being nasty and letting low energy take you up. Like, everything low, if you go low, like Michelle Obama, no, if you go low, you know what I mean? Anything that you're doing from low, it just takes more energy. It takes more energy to get out of debt than it does to get in debt. So think about that. Like, a negative talking, whether it's towards somebody else, whether it's towards yourself. I mean, that's going low frequency. And you have a choice in how you control that. So I really dig Marcus Aurelius and his thoughts. And I'm a, go to, like, I'm a PK. So it's not just like Marcus Aurelius, like a book about philosophy. It's the Bible. Let's take it there. You know, how about in the how about in the fucking beginning? I was like, shit, should I say talk how I want to talk, talking about the Bible? I'm letting it come as it comes. Man, in the beginning of the Bible, it's like God created everything with his words. And this hit me so deep the other day because I'm like, man, as a lyricist, as a songwriter, what I say is so powerful. That's why it's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's like I like listening to music. I like listening to vibes. I always will. Whatever vibe take me, I'm down for it. But at the same time, I take it way more serious now because I understand as people sing my songs, man, these are affirmations. People are really just putting this energy out into the universe, same as they would a mantra, and or affirmation, subconscious takes over, words become reality. And now, I've you can either build people up or you could tear them down, so it's like I just got the goosebumps not too long ago, about a week ago, thinking about this. God created the earth, let there be light, and you got to take, I just think that we got to take even just that's the very beginning, the biggest known book in the world. That's like the very beginning of the book, and if we're created in the image of God, if we're created to create, like if I'm made in the image of God, how did God create his world? Okay, well, how, or her world, how am I creating my world? Through words. Of course, actions as well, but with words. Like, it's something powerful with words. You know, even the Bible, says that the tongue is small, but it could burn down a whole forest. It's like it's two different ways that you can look at it, man. You could look at it as, you know, like I can create a world with it, or I can burn one down. Um, Bible says words can be used to encourage, uplift, and strengthen others, or they can be used to criticize, condemn, or discourage. You know, it's like everything matters, and nothing matters at all. But we'll get to that another day. That's almost like you got to learn the rules to forget the rules. But it's like everything matters, and you have so much more power than we even want to acknowledge that we have. I'm a parent, so when it comes to my son, how am I speaking to him? How do I want him to see himself? How do I want him to speak to others? Right now, he does everything that I do. He mimics me a lot, so I have to be very mindful of how I say, what I say, how I say it, what actions he sees me engage in. And that intention is something that we have to take, and I choose to take beyond just my son, but into the world. And it's something that, I'm wondering, like, are you taking that intention into the conversations that you're having with others, not just with others, but also with yourself as well? Um, a phenomenal book that I'm reading right now, James Clear. Um, oh no, he says that he specifically talks how we talk about ourselves and our habits, how it plays a crucial role in shaping our own identity, and that ultimately ends up shaping our behavior. It's almost like the seed of what you think that shapes how you act, that shapes your behavior over time, that becomes habit over time become reality, the reality that you're living in. So it's important to understand that, you know you got to think way more positively. You have to, what about yourself, man? You got to speak more positively about others. And also, you know, I like how, damn, is it James? No, I think that's maybe a little bit more in the Bible about not letting the words really affect you. Because you can place words out into the universe, place words onto yourself, but at the same time, as you ingest words, like, don't take it too negatively because you don't know the intention of how other people are speaking it. Have you ever got a text and read it wrong? You know, forget the sender, but how you have you internalized it, and sometimes how you speak, how you ingest words, that shapes the way that you see the world. So it's like you could be engaged in a lot of negative talk, so you expect negativity. Like, shit is really deep out here in this game of life. What you speak, what you want ingest is what you expect. That's why it's like, man, have you did a audit, and we'll get into it in a little bit, a word audit about how you speak with yourself. Um, I like this quote from him: negative thoughts compound. I talked about compounding like interest before in my last podcast and how we can apply that to life. But negative thoughts compound. The more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid, or ugly, the more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. You get trapped in a thought loop. The same is true for how you think about others. Once you fall into the habit of seeing people as angry, unjust, or selfish, you see those kind of people everywhere. Almost like, oh my God, your friend buys what they say, a yellow car. Now all you see is yellow cars everywhere. I mean, that's life. Like, life is so deep that it's simple, but we're not maybe even supposed to understand like how that's all connected. We just gotta know that this shit is deep. It's hardwired that, you know, how we think, what we think, what we see, like these senses that we have, like they become our reality. They come right back around. They boomerang. Um, and you know what? Like, I want to get into that audit that I just brought up, like a word audit. Questions I have is, what are some words and phrases that you say to yourself a lot, almost all the time, frequently? Do you just kind of throw it over your shoulder? Man, I'm so stupid. Or here's a big one. Oh, I don't remember names. I do this all the time. I mean, and honestly, I don't, but that negates the whole conversation of the day. But I've come to accept, and I say it like, I don't remember anybody's name. Therefore, I don't try to remember people's name. Like, so what? How do you speak? How do you speak about yourself? What do you frequent? Um, what about others? Like, what's some like if you have to talk about somebody, I don't care who it is. Like, how do you speak about others in a positive light, in a loving light, or as a less than, as in a well, they not in front of my face, so I could kind of talk about them. However, like that shit again, it boomerangs right back to you. Um, I know it's something so lovely that I wanted to talk about, but I'll wait and see if it comes back to me. And not gonna necessarily force that. Um, oh, you know what? Here it goes. Even when talking, I'm talking about how you talk about yourself, how you talk about others, but I'm even saying like words. Words are like surgeons, you know what I'm saying, to your life, like surgical procedures. And this is stemming back from James Clear now, as far as him saying, even be so precise with your words. I don't know if you're like trying to stop something like overeating. Or let's just say smoking. That's just easy, right? It's trying to stop smoking. It's some people that say, like, hey, I'm trying to stop. You're not gonna fucking stop. Instead, you have to change the wording. I'm not a smoker. It's more power in that instead of me trying. That's why they say, man, you first off, you don't really try. You do or you don't. Which again, now it's like, okay, I do or I don't engage in this activity. Because again, how you think, the words that you use, they are shaping your behavior. If I'm trying, I'm always going to be trying. Trying is just saying that, hey, I'm trying. I may do it. I might not do it. I may be too weak and I may fall victim to my weakness. That's it. That's trying in that example, you know? But me saying, hey, I don't do this anymore, I don't. I took control of that. And that's what, like, really. controlling your words. They're powerful, you know. They could cut with a sword, like the little childhood sayings we used to say. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words could never hurt me. Who the fuck said that shit? Words hurt people all the fucking time. Words can hurt more than sticks and damn stones. I don't know who came up with that fucking childhood fable. Sticks and stones would break my bones, but words can never hurt me. They can all the time. Be careful. Who made that shit up? That's a fucking lie. And one of the really exciting things I wanted to leave you all with now, I wanted to show a video of it. Is the doctor, man, let me get his name right. Dr. Masaru Emoto, who did the kind of the trial, the case study, The Power of Words, where hold on, let me get back. He used words like love, hate, he used music, he used a lot of different things, and he just froze ice. And he put the words next to the water. He plays certain music next to the water. Since it's not going to play out loud, I'm going to play it for you, yeah, and then just read it. All right. So forgive me while I watch this for a second, but I'm just going to explain it just in case you haven't seen this. Um, Shit, it's another thing, man. I suggest y'all check this bad boy out. Let me mute this. So it says that he exposed music, words spoken, words typed, pictures, and videos to water after it was crystallized. This is after it was crystallized. The water's response was truly majestic. So we about to get into, it's about 3 minutes, not even, but I'm gonna go over the words like love. It turned into a beautiful crystal, almost like something you see in the wintertime. Remind you of Christmas, right? Thank you. He used the word thank you. It was, I mean, perfectly beautiful. Almost looked like a carrot that you would have on a ring. Love and appreciation. One of the most beautiful looking snowflakes that they got out there. Happiness. Another word he used. That looked like the motherfucking Christmas star. I mean, beautiful. If these things was diamonds, they'd be like millions. I forgot the word he just used right here, but it's beautiful. It's another probably like prayer. Oh, after a prayer offering. Another beautiful image. Before offering a prayer. And these is just what you're fit. Before offering the prayer, horrible. Same prayer. Same fucking prayer. After the prayer, it was a beautiful crystal. Before, it looked like a blob. Mr. Blob. Mother Teresa word will put there. I can't even see what that is. Almost look like a little crystal, but kind of. You make me sick. I will kill you. Horrible. Looks like throw up. How is this even possible, man? The word soul. Look like a nice crystal and like a heart in the middle of it. Adolf Hitler. It looked like a blob. Ugly ass blob. Gratitude. The word gratitude was used. A fucking phenomenal, one of the most beautiful images. Water taken out from holy water. Now, again, another beautiful image, almost like gratitude. It reminds you peace. Now, I always say the word peace. This probably got to be one of the most beautiful pieces that they got going on. Can y'all see through my glasses? Nah. Music played. Beethoven's. This is Beethoven again. Beautiful, man. They need to do this with my music. I wonder what. Anyways, Amazing Grace, another beautiful song. It's a beautiful image. Like these are all like beautiful. It's like nature. You know how nature is asymmetric. Oh, let me see what this word was. This image is demon. It looks fucked up. Imagine how you would think a demon look. It looked like that after exposure to a child. The water, beautiful. Like this is an experiment. The word anger, it looks empty, a blob, but not even a blob, but just a mess and empty. And just what I was about to say is exactly what it says right here, man. If thoughts can do that to water, imagine what thoughts and words can do for us and to us. Like we're made of 60-70% water. So if you're going around thinking negatively about, let's say, yourself, excuse me, that's going to manifest. Imagine you thinking negatively about somebody else, talking negatively about somebody else. You manifesting that, and it's still inside of you. Think of words like a penny that you throw into the water. It's like it ripples. It's all through you. It fills you up. You feel it in every inch of your body, whether you know it or not. Maybe you consume so much negativity that you're used to that feeling. You know, have you ever been in a sickness and been so? I remember, side note, but relevant. Used to be allergic. I don't do milk now. Like I don't. I'm completely plant based. Like vegan. Well, one, I was allergic to milk, but I just chose to do a vegan route. But I had a slightly mild allergy to milk. I would still consume milk slightly. Do cheese pizza, macaroni and cheese. I would sometimes suffer through a White Castle slider cheeseburger or Whopper back in the day. Um, but I knew I was mildly allergic. I would still put a little bit of milk into my cereal. And after becoming like going forth with a lifestyle of vegan, it's like anytime I'm back exposed somehow to milk, it's something I can just taste it on my tongue immediately. Like, man, this bothers me. But it's like I was so engulfed in it, I was tolerating something that didn't make me feel good before. But the absence of it, is life changing because once it's reintroduced to you again, it's like your body rejects it. And I'm not just talking about the milk, I'm talking about anything in life, you know? So even with words, again, I I double dog dare you to do the audit. Think about it. Take some time. Like one of the most powerful, beside the power of the tongue, one of the most powerful thing that you can do is spend some time with yourself and start thinking, like watch the game film of your life, your habits. We did a podcast on habits before, morning routines. Today we're talking about words, the power of words. Like do an audit and see, like, okay, how's your life going? What are things that you say on a day-to-day basis? What do you consume? Your social media, your um al- algorithm, like is it feeding your information, because that's content that you're engaging in. you know like start doing that type of audit, dissecting your life and finding ways to get 1% better. Like I double dog dare you to watch what you say to yourself. Not only figure out what you're saying positively, negatively, to yourself, to others. um like stop the momentum. Like some shit you can't control and negative thoughts is going to come through. It's almost like meditation. You can't sometimes stop thoughts from coming, but you can pivot past them and don't engage in them. Don't give them the time of day. Act like it's a raggedy motherfucker that's trying to get your number and just ignore. You know, I wouldn't even, somebody rude. Let me put it like that. You know, like just negate those negative thoughts. Let it pass. Don't try and control it, but just choose something better. Almost like I was saying a couple podcasts ago, my son, I can't tell him to stop doing anything. I have to just redirect him to do something else. He wants to pour water on me. Oh no, I can't say, "Hey, put that water bottle down." Well, I can. This may be a horrible example, but say if he's trying to get in front of the camera, "Hey, go get me a water, closed water bottle, a new water bottle." Got to redirect it. Don't keep fighting with that energy. Let it go. Pivot to something else. You know. And sometimes the best thing to think is silence. You know, you got two ears, one mouth. So yeah, you can digest. Be mindful of what you digest, ingest, but be very intentional with what you speak out. One of the best lessons I learned in college, we had media training when I played ball, and our coach would say, and when he used to get interviewed, he would pause for a long time. And it's almost like people would be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But he never let anybody rush him. And I believe he taught that to us as well. It's like you don't have to say anything right away. Gather your thoughts and be intentional with the words which you speak out, especially more than ever now, because this is the age of going through social media, going through the account, seeing what somebody said on Twitter back in 2007. Like, have your future use back, because again, it sometimes come back around to bite you in the ass, and maybe. And it's funny because this whole conversation has been eating at me the past couple of days because I've been online and I've seen a lot of gossip. And listen, hey, we all people. We all gonna sometimes it's entertaining, funny, whatever like that. Don't take it to heart. Don't, just be nasty about it and whatnot. But it's just a lot of negative talks online. And it's like people are getting off on that. Yeah, they're getting off on the entertainment of it. But at the same time, and I come from a different era and you might have as well, or you might just be that type of person just like me, whether regardless of whatever era you came up in. When like Lil Wayne said, real G's moving silence like lasagna. Like, yeah, I think about it for a minute, but yeah, like I'm hearing people talk about, oh, such and such slept with such and such. And I heard, like, what is all this? How are you getting respected? How are you continuing to get interviewed? Like, I come from a day where it wasn't really gangster to talk about that type of things. And I ain't talking about the snitches get stitches. That's the era we came up in. But it's like now it's so messy out there. And it's so easy to get tied up into negative thinking, negative words and consume that shit and from people that are not reputable sources. Again, if I don't take advice, I don't really listen to too many people as far as unless it's somebody that I truly admire and like how they are carrying themselves. I was looking at something the other day and I'm like, man, this guy, he was talking about some dirt. And I'm like, wow, this is about to be fucking dirty dirt. You know? But and it take long for me to say, like, why is he just exposing everybody for just no reason? He said it ain't got nothing to do with him now. Ain't nothing had anything to do with him. And he's just over here just just blabbermouth, just something lips. I forget what it's called, but it's like that's not what we should be engaging in, or at least like putting them people up on a pedestal. Like it's just too much work to do. It's too much fun to be had. It's too much like just love to go around than to continuously consume that and not know the effects of it. I'm not saying that I'm not never going to entertain like a gossip site or something like that, but it's like have understanding what words can do and make sure that you are, if it is something that you do in your pastime, your hobbies, habit, downtime, whatever it is, make sure you are two times in the amount of positive information that you are, you know, taking in, and make sure that whatever is coming out of your mouth is, man, just creating life, because we created to create, made in the image of the most amazing creator. I mean, just go outside. I don't care if it's night, day, whatever. It's beautiful, you know? And if all that said with words, man, imagine what I can do. Imagine what you can do, you know? My name's Kim Joyce. And with that being said, just because I was messing around on my computer and I found this song because I was talking about chit chatting. I wanted to play this song. Uh-huh. Chit. Talking about chit chatting, yo. Let's go. Hey, I woke up this. Hey, I saluted myself for being one of the only real niggas left. Hey, from titties to my ass, attitude to my dreads. Yeah, it's whatever. Hey, I just let them. I was gonna say haters. They talking so negative. They always think they better than. But me, I don't pay them no attention because in this game of winning, got my letterman and they just got they chit chatter. That shit don't matter. They don't like my style, my smile, my swagger, but I'm still doing that. I'm still getting cheddar. I'm still gonna shine anytime, any weather. So haters, step your hating up because I'm show stepping my paper off. I'm still doing that. I'm still getting cheddar with a flow so nice and it's only getting better. Y'all, my name is Kim Joyce. If y'all want to hear that song, you want us to release that one, go ahead and comment chit chatter below. I hit up my man B Banger. B Banger. We dropped that for you. It's like a vault piece. So if you caught this, man, you don't caught something fly. But yeah, man, it's amazing information. I hope y'all got something up out of it. I'm edit this down and put it up as a video. So you guys want to check this out later. If you miss anything, feel free to come back around and watch the video. But hey, I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're gaining something positive from, you know what I'm saying, the convo. That's the intention. My name is Kim Joyce. Make sure you check me out every Wednesday. Man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you thumbs up this bad boy. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss me. All right. And got another song dropping this Friday. So make sure you check it out. Got another one for y'all. All right. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your hump day. Peace.